Welcome to your practice this morning. Glad to see you all. And for those that are on Zoom, good morning. So I want us to set our intention for our practice. I want to continue to create mindfulness in what we're doing here. So this is an embodiment practice as far as Chinese medicine. It's the Qigong branch, which you consider it the fitness branch, but it's also a mindfulness. It's going to be allowing us to get out of our head and into our body. So let's start with the breath. As we, the quickest way to change your energy is with breath. Okay, so I'm gonna teach you some breath practices today that will help you use as a tool to shift your energy in any moment, right? As things come at us, I want to be mindful on how to entrain you into responding in a more integrative way. So let's go ahead and start with feet shoulder width apart and put our hands over our belly, and let's just go ahead and quiet the eyes. So I want you to breathe into the palms. So you're going to be expanding your breath, expanding your belly. And then as you do a relaxed exhale, you can gently press on your abdomen towards the spine. Good. Settling into the energy of the time we have together. You can notice maybe the sun on your face, the warmth. Allow the ocean, the sounds to just relax your nervous system. Good. And dedicate this time today just to you, for yourself. Good. Let's move one hand over to the top on the chest. So you can keep your right hand on your belly, top hand on the chest. We're going to do a little wave breathing. So we're going to start by breathing into the belly, up the front of the body, through the chest, and exhale. And what I like about the wave breathing is you can move your body a little bit just to coax your energy. We're going to be starting to train our body. Good morning. So during this practice, you can leave your eyes open or shut. If you feel like you want to go inward and really find those connections, then close your eyes. Good. We're starting with accessing different kinds of breath in the body to make sure that we have the resources we need for our practice today. Take a notice where you might not be breathing fully or deeply. Good. All right, let's open up the spine. So we're going to start with knocking on the gate of life. So wherever your hands fall, your wrists might do a gentle slap on your low back. Good. Still breathing into the abdomen. Waking up the chi. So wherever your hands land, you can think of it as your kidneys or adrenals. We call it the door of life. So it's like stoking the fire. Good. Finding ease. Good. So now, instead of doing a knock, you can open up your hands and you're going to actually be cupping the rib cage. So it's a little bit of a slap. Good, let's move it to the chest, right to the front. So now doing a nice little fist in the front. Yeah. Stimulating the lung meridian, opening up the chest. Good, and then cup to the top of the shoulder, right here. So where your middle finger lands, it's gallbladder 21, top of the gallbladder meridian. And what's great about this point is that it descends all the chi. We tend to raise our shoulders naturally throughout our day as perceived stress happens. And by doing this exercise, it helps you release the tension so you can get that blood and chi and oxygen and nutrients to your neck muscles and of course to the brain. Good, just come back down to center for a couple more. And relax. Good, spinal cord breathing. So we're gonna open up our spinal cord. So I'll do it from the side first. So I'm gonna tuck my tailbone, chin to the chest, rounded upper back, and I'm gonna inhale, open up the arms, spread the wings, stick the tailbone out, chest up, and then exhale. Tuck the chin, round the upper back, and tuck the tailbone, okay? So I wanna remind you, as we do this, that it doesn't have to look a certain way. Everybody's bodies are different. And you go at the pace of your own breath and own chi. So inhaling up and then exhaling back down. So I want you to picture that you're infusing your spine with oxygen, chi, and getting that cerebral spinal fluid to pump. So you can call this a spinal cord pump, spinal cord breathing. So we start by going slow, just to get that range of motion, lubricating the spine. Good, and now what I want you to do is go a little faster, okay? So you get to go at your pace. So exhaling, inhaling. So view it more as a pump. This is gonna create a nice supple spine, maintaining the flexibility and range of motion that you have in your life. And relax. Good, all right, let's move it to the side to side. We're gonna do the same thing, but you're gonna be inhaling to the side and exhaling back to center. Inhaling to the other side, okay? So what we're wanting to do is open up the sides of the body, liver and gallbladder meridians. And this is also gonna make sure that we are getting the nutrients we need, getting that chi flowing. So when you pick up something heavy and twist, like groceries out of the back seat of the car, you don't pull something. So we're wanting to do these movements as functional movements to prevent injury, as well as getting the chi to the organs, to the organ systems to maintain health. Staying with the breath and going at your own pace. If you're feeling like you want to go slower today in this moment, you can also go a little bit faster. And relax. It's getting warm out here. Woo! All right. So let's start with some arm swimming. So going up and down. So you're bending your knees and back. Yep. And back. Good. So what I want you to do is you're inhaling forward and exhaling back. And let's go ahead and scan our bodies. So let's start with the neck, making sure it's nice and relaxed. I like to just do a little nod just to make sure I'm not holding any tension there. And then I go to the shoulders. A lot of women, as we age, we get shoulders that are more tight, lack of range of motion, for wanting to continue to create more range of motion, but also lubricate the shoulder joint. It's a complicated joint. Good, let's go side to side. Good. So inhaling forward. Yes. I want you to find the path of least resistance. Notice how it feels when you're twisting those organs. We exhale, it's more of a detox. Good. Good, those look great. Let it go. All right. Let's open up the diamine. So hip circles. So you're pressing your thumbs forward and releasing. So try to keep your head over your feet and just moving your hips. This is the one meridian that goes horizontal in the whole body. And we get stuck here during this channel that we also nicknamed the belt channel. It's where your belt goes. Good, other direction. So I recommend, if you can, doing this every day. Hormonal health, urinary bladder health, kidney health. Good, this is where a lot of energy gets stuck. Infertility. And then we inhale and exhale. And so as we inhale and press, you can move your thumbs a couple inches up, a couple inches down, just depending on where it feels good to stretch that diamine. And then I like to go a little bit of side to side, just to feel if there's any sort of tightness. It can indicate a tight psoas. Good. All right. Good. All right, before we go into a flow series, I'm really wanting to open up all the meridians that I'm feeling that get stuck. So we're doing some knocking, and we're knocking up and down the sternum, which is the conception vessel. It's also on the lungs. So you can go out to the sides, wherever it feels good. Taking a nice deep breath in those lungs. Good, and relax. All right, so now that we've woken up our chi in the morning, let's go ahead and do a flow. So we're gonna start with shoulder width apart, nice and relaxed here. And we're gonna relax the hands, and we're gonna inhale up and have the palms go towards your lungs, stop at the top, and exhale down. Good, inhale up and stand up nice and tall. Hold it for a second at the top and exhale down. Good. So we're going to spend a couple minutes strengthening our lungs. So we're actually in the autumn season, which has to do with the paired organs of lung and large intestine. So this is a great time to purify. And not only that, but to allow the resources of the season increase the functionality of your lungs. You can picture a white or golden light coming from the middle of your palms over your lungs. So we say this is the season of letting go. So the lungs, as we breathe in, you infuse your body with life. If we don't breathe, we're not living. So we start there. We start with this connection, breathing in this unlimited access to breath and chi. So first we connect, bring that energy right into the body. And then the paired organ is the large intestine. So whatever the body can't make use of, we let it go. So what we're doing is you're opening up the lung meridian that goes all the way to the end of the thumb. So you'll notice at the top, you'll feel the outstretch of the meridian. And when we put our body in certain positions, we're outstretching the meridian and we're using our breath to lead the chi. Good, let's go ahead and hold our hands over our lungs. Let's go ahead and shut our eyes for a moment and picture this golden hue or white light emitting from the middle of your palms, infusing your lungs with chi. Feel your self-worth. Notice the grace bestowed upon your life. Good. And relax. Good. Hands by your side. So palms come up. You want to have it face the earth. And then you're going to inhale. And then palms come up. Exhale. And down. Okay. All right, good. So inhale up and exhale down. Up, exhale down. So this one is a little bit going deeper into the lungs because the lungs go all the way. They're pretty big organs. So we're spreading our wings. Feel that expansion in the back of the lungs. Do a gentle rock forward and back on the toes to the heels, if that feels good for you. So in this motion, you view it as like a soaring crane, but I want you to feel the openness, the expansiveness, how vast, how big those lungs are. Good, and relax. Good. And so this next one is you start with your palms by your side. You're going to offer first out to the front, and then you're going to twist your hands around and bend the knees. Good. There's a lot of different fun names for these. Bears swimming in the ocean. So I'm wanting us to feel the opening of the back of the lungs here. So you can breathe in and out the nose if you're feeling like you want to strengthen and tonify your lungs. If you're feeling like you want to get rid of toxins, you feel like maybe there's charcoal, you haven't been taking some deep breaths lately, you can exhale out of the mouth. It's a good way to remember that. Good, and relax. Good. So palms come forward. We're going to do a little bit of a ripple up to the clavicle and out to the side. A little bit of a wave here. Bending down and forward. Inhale up and out. Good. So feel the ripple, feel the wave. Going at your own pace with your breath. Doing some water element exercise here. Call it the fountain. We're going to be entering the water element on the winter solstice on the 21st. And so this movement is clearing the energy up the conception vessel. We mainly promote stillness in the winter. Stillness so you can feel and hear where you should be putting your attention on in your life. And so we do this waterway here, this fountain exercise, so you really can get that cellular memory, that feeling of going with the flow, of finding the path of least resistance throughout your day. So this is a feeling state that's familiar to you as you're doing the earthly tasks. As water will meander around a rock, it's really embodying this idea that when there's a rock in the way, we go around it and come back to it. So clearing the front of the body is allowing you to conceive what's yours to do. What are your offerings? And as it comes through the heart and then out to the world. You guys feel that rhythm? Does that feel good? It's like a rocking, it feels good to rock yourself. Let's go ahead and rub our hands together here, get some chi, feel the warmth. And what you're gonna do is you can either place your palms on your kidneys or you can do it off the body. Either one. And go ahead and breathe into the palms. Let's go ahead and quiet the eyes for a second. This area represents the deepest part of yourself, your most sacred part, a place that only you know. So connecting with this place just for you. This life is all of yours. So we infuse this sacred part with your energy, with your love. And if you don't connect with her or him often, just say, hi, I miss you. I'm sorry I got disconnected from you. I'm here now. Good. All right. So let's go ahead and do a little shaking. So with the shaking, your knees are nice and relaxed. In the nose, and then we do out the mouth. And you're more than welcome if you feel comfortable to make a sound on the exhale. Sound is a really good current. It's a good current to get out any stagnations, any thoughts, beliefs, anything that's just that you're holding that's not yours to hold. You can do a little wiggle. Doesn't have to look a certain way. So in the nose, out the mouth. And you can also go faster. You can go faster or slower. You can do little movements or big movements. Good. All right. So keeping the feet shoulder width apart, nice and relaxed. Again, knees gently bent. We're going to turn to our side. We're going to take a breath in all the way to the side, up to the eyes. And then we're going to come to the center and exhale forward. Good. Go to the other side. So inhaling up and back down. So I personally like to be a little dramatic. So I'm like taking my hands and pulling the energy from the earth. And then I like to open up the side of my meridians here. So I do a little bit of a stretch so I can feel it in the beginning. And I come to center and I exhale. Good. So this particular prescription is allowing us to connect with the wood element. So you could think of yourself as a redwood tree, a bamboo tree, any sort of trees that might be your favorite. And as you're pulling from the roots, whether they're deep or wide, pulling that energy all the way up to your eyes to benefit clarity, to benefit you seeing the truth, universal truths. Good. So we're opening up the liver and gallbladder meridian on the sides of the body. And this allows us to purify your third eye so you can really distinguish what you're seeing and how you are interpreting it. The season is the springtime. So think of renewal, rebirth. I think people see, but they don't interpret. You know, I think a lot of us interpret from that space of trying to get our needs met or insecurities. So this posture, this form will allow you to connect with the vision for your life, but in a holistic way that is good for you, it's good for everybody. Good. So let's go ahead and hold the standing posture for this. So elbows are below the wrists are nice and relaxed. Tailbone is neutral. Chest is up. Good. Trying to breathe into the rib cage, expanding that wood element chi in your body. Good. This is your inner CEO. This is your ability to really conduct the domain of your life. All right, so let's go ahead and connect the deepest part of yourself with your heart. So legacy. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna start with the hands here like we had the hugging the tree. And we're just gonna drop the left arm down. Good. We're gonna go side to side. Good, so we're gonna switch. Yep, there we go, yep. So the top hand is over your heart. The bottom hand is over where your kidneys, your adrenals are, and just view the top hand like you're just gliding over a lake. Good. Yep, side to side. So just a little bit of a rocking. So you can close your eyes if you want to continue to connect with your breath, just to access that again. Staying in your body. And so the first thing that we're doing is clearing your space. You could call it clearing your aura, clearing the energies, the cords from you to other humans, just clearing the field. So in Chinese medicine, there is a diagnosis called heart and kidney not communicating. And what that means is that the heart represents connection, your passion, what you care about. And the kidneys represent your legacy, why you're here. And so this posture is so important, especially today, when you're not feeling connected to who you are and how it comes into the world. This is a really good form to stay with. It's one thing to know who you are. It's another thing to have it come through you in a way that it can be received. And you want to do that only through the heart. Good. Let's go ahead and infuse our heart. So you can put your hands on your heart, you can do prayer in front. Just feel into what you are thinking about, what's laying on your heart these days. Are you feeling loved? Good. I like all of your hearts. Okay, let's move on. So let's go ahead, and what we're going to do is, as your hands come forward, you're going to sit back. And then you're going to come in. Okay? Yeah. So we sit back, bring the hands forward, and inhale in. Good. Exhale and inhale. A little bit of a bounce, yeah. So we're exhaling and we're inhaling. And when we're inhaling, I want you to feel the energy coming up the inside of the leg, all the way to the groin, to the belly. And I'll walk you through this. So exhale and inhale. Good. So this is going to help your microbiome. It's a popular word. I don't think the Chinese knew about that one. So this is cultivating and nourishing our earth, our connection to Mother Earth, which is our digestion, but it's like how we digest life, how we absorb information, interactions, experiences. So this is really allowing us to cultivate this relationship of receiving nourishment and then composting, right? It's like recognizing this natural process in life and the metaphors of the body, right? So we are fed by your mom, right? From the umbilical cord, and then now we're fed by the garden. So connecting to the mother energy within you, the feminine, connecting to your relationship with your mom, all the moms we've had. Good. So this is helping, especially women. Like, what's our ability to receive? Do we feel comfortable? How do we nourish ourselves? Good. So the earth element is late summer. But you actually nourish, in Chinese medicine, you nourish the earth season after every other season, which kind of makes sense. The spleen and stomach are the paired organs, and they govern all the muscles in the body. So you'll notice after we do this for a while, you notice your legs, your quads are working, your glutes. So the muscles provide stability. Good. So you're going to create a little chi ball in front here of your belly. And sometimes you can rub your hands to feel the chi. Sometimes you can kind of just feel the chi. So I want you to either breathe into the belly here, or you can put your hands over the belly. And this is where we really put some intention around the soil. What are you germinating? What are you birthing? What's inside of you here in this space of the metaphor of being pregnant? And if you're wanting to birth something, how can you get connected to Mother Earth in partnership? The definition of abundance is how much you give. So the level that you can give is the level that you will receive. Good. Put your hands over your belly, sending a message like, yummy, that feels good. Just want to check the time here. Good. Good. So we're going to go into a couple of wave breathing. So what I want to do is after the flow, I want to make sure that all the meridians are open before we do a meditation. So it looks like this. So you can do a little bit of a wave, and we're going to do flat back forward. Okay. So let's do it together. So we're going to inhale up and then flat back, exhale forward. Inhale, bend the knees, and then you're going to press the hips to the sky. So it's like a wave. Yep. Up, flat back forward. So as you're bending forward, noticing the meridians in the back, the urinary bladder, gallbladder, are all opening up. So when we do this full body wave breathing, you can stay in any position if it feels good for you. And as long as you're outstretching those meridians, the muscles, I want you to maintain your connection with your breath, because breath leads the chi and chi leads the blood. Blood has the intelligence, nutrients to heal and magnetize. Good. So we're opening up the front and the back of the body here, the conception and the governing vessel, to make sure that you have a completely open connection to earth and heaven. Good. Making sure that you're adding that neck, so chin to the chest, bending those knees, full body up and out. Good. That's one of my personal favorites. All right. So I want to go into a couple range of motion. So let's start with the wrists. So what you're going to do is you're going to extend your fingers and let's lubricate the wrists. You can go in both directions. whichever feels good. And then you shake them off, right? So it's just a fleck of water. Yeah, there you go. And then do it the other way. Good. Good. And then I want to do the ankles. So you can just lift your ankle and rotate it. You can also just shake it, okay? So there are times where we get stuck at the joints. So I really love to make sure that my ankles, my wrists, my hips, shoulders are nice and open, which means blood can get there. And as I've said before, we call it WT40. So just really like making sure that we're all lubricated. Good. A little bit of knocking. So knocking on the hip flexors and psoas here. We're going to go down the legs, down the outside and up the inside. Let's do it a few times here with some energy. Now that we've built some chi, making sure that there's no stagnations in here. Let's go up and down the spine. Good. And then the arms, so you're up, down the inside and up the outside. And if there's a spot that feels good for you, you can stay there. Nice. You can do the chest a little bit as we move to the other side. Good. Taking a nice deep breath. Do in the nose, out the mouth. Relax. Good. So as one arm comes up, the other one comes down. And so you can also do a little bit of a stand as well and a bend. So we're inhaling up, exhaling down. So just solidifying and making sure that these meridians, again, are nice and open now that we've cultivated some chi. Good. So you can choose to inhale and exhale out of the nose or inhale and exhale out of the mouth. Good. Feel that breath as you open up and stretch your arms in opposite directions. Feel your breath in that rib cage, that expansion. A lot of us don't use those resources. And I want to continue to support us getting a healthy liver and gallbladder. Good. And relax. Good. Hands over the rib cage here. So go ahead and breathe into your palms. Might be a slight movement in the beginning, but let's just see how we're doing here. Can you feel the expansion as you inhale with the ribs, the oxygen, and exhaling, pressing your hands gently to the rib cage. Good. Hands come up as you inhale. You can look up if you'd like, if your eyes are open, and then exhale down the center. So I want you to strengthen and tighten your legs, straighten your legs as you come up. So I want you to feel your length, your tall. So as we inhale and then exhale, you're gonna bend your knees. I like to quiet my eyes and slowly put my weight in my toes. So I'm exhaling, putting my weight in the heels, straightening my legs. Sorry, inhale and then exhale down. Good. So breathing in that sun, bringing that light into your own body temple as pure light. Good. Noticing your feet planted solid on the ground. Good. Reminding us that in any moment, you can do this to take in the resources that you need. This posture allows you to recognize the three powers. So we have heaven, man, and earth, which means you are one of the main three powers. And that's powerful. So you stand here to remind yourself how powerful you are, to connect to earth and heaven. Good. Good. Let's stand with feet together. And whatever's comfortable for you, we're going to quiet our eyes, and I want you to find that path where there's no effort. So you can have hands by your side if you want, feeling like you want to connect with your center, you can have hands on your belly. So let's start with a scan. So let's start with our feet. Notice the weight distribution on, rock front and back, side to side, and just find yourself in a place where you can feel firmly planted. Good. Knees can be not locked, but knees strong. If you want to move your hips a little bit, notice your pelvic floor. Feel that there's a cord, a weighted cord from your pelvic floor that's connecting to the earth, keeping you rooted. So your tailbone is gently tucked. Shoulders can be lifted and go back and down. So your chest is up, making sure that your neck is a neutral cervical spine. So there's ease, less tension in the cords of the neck that hold up your head. Relaxing your jaw and reminding yourself to bring your breath down to your belly. So let's go ahead and do some belly breathing here. I first want you to be thinking about thoughts, behaviors, patterns, people, tasks, anything that you're not excited about, that's been maybe weighing on you, that you've been putting off, conversations, emails. I want you to hear the ocean wash that away. This is the season of letting go. So your home for your soul can be light, full of love. I want you to plant a seed in your heart, in your mind, just for you. What is that thing? What is something that you would be beyond excited about if it happened, if it came true? Good. Let's finish with one hand on the heart and one hand on the belly. Just to remind each of us here today that we are powerful beyond measure. And we come here to remind ourselves to remember the truth about us, to feel our aliveness in this time, to value connection with ourselves and each other, to ask for help when we need it, recognize the beauty of humanity all around, and to remember in this moment that you are a gift. That our practice in some ways is a prayer. I just want to say thank you to each of you in person and on Zoom for coming today. I've been wanting to teach regularly, and I just felt like today was a good day to start. So we're going to be doing a lot of different things in this class. I will do it in person, weather permitting. I will always have the stream on Zoom. And there's a lot of different ways to do the embodiment practices from Taoism. I have traditionally done kind of a general class, but since I'm starting a series, I'm going to be actually taking us through very specific practices, whether it's Tendon Gong, whether it's the healing sounds, whether it's the 5 elements, etc., Tao Yin stretch, Qigong yoga. There's a lot of different kinds. And so I don't know if maybe I'll say what I'm going to be doing on the invitation so you know, but just know that it is such a gift to always be with people that are wanting to continue to connect and using Chinese medicine as that paradigm. So thank you so much.
Thanks,
Yeah,
LeTa.
thank you. And thank you to the Zoom folks.
So
And we'll see you soon.